We are joined now by Ravens owner Steve Bisciotti, who will be heading into the war room lately, but we want to get an idea of what this night means for you. What will you be doing there in the war room?
Oh, well, sitting next to Ozzy and making sure that, number one, in the beginning of it, watching and seeing how accurate they are with their picks, because they're pretty good at talking to the other teams and getting to know the other GMs. So they have a pretty good feel for who wants what. And then, of course, the trades are the wild card. Somebody pops in and surprises you that jumps ahead of us or ahead of somebody else, and then it's chaos, and then it's it's fun chaos.
Now, Ozzy said, talking about trades, Ozzy said he's already kind of fielded some trade calls. When it comes down to that and you guys discuss it, who makes the final decision whether to trade or not?
Well, I think we all did. That's what we've just spent the last few hours doing, and it was just finding an appetite for how far would you go back and what would you go back for? How far would you go up? And so we don't go up very often. We would, a couple spots, and we have, like for Michael Orr, a couple times, but for the most part, it's people calling us saying, if our guy's there, what's your appetite for moving out? And that might be 5 spots or 20 spots, and then it's our job to figure out what would it take for us to move, or else we're going to be happy, because we don't get to pick 17 very often. Right, so exactly. We're going to jump to move out of there. We've got our players identified, and we're pretty excited about getting one of our best 17.
Yeah, first time since 2008, I believe, with Flacco, you picked in the top 20.
18, yeah.
Now, when you guys always say you're going for the best player available, obviously you've got your board, you're going for best player available, but if you could fill a need right now, what would be most important for you?
Well, I guess right now, and it's not a draft room secret, is we don't know who our right tackle is. We don't know who our free safety is. We've got guys on the roster. They think they know that we've got them already. So I'm sure that the guys vying for right tackle and free safety are hoping like hell we don't get the right, that guy at the right time. But you know what? I've watched this go forever, and you can pick a cornerback that might not beat out Webby and Jimmy Smith, but you've got yourself the best corners in the field if you get a third corner that's that good. So I really don't care. I think that John would probably feel better if he looks at his starting 22. We probably, because of Mike Galore and Hedebo leaving, those are the 2 spots that maybe are out there. But we needed a safety many years ago desperately, and Ozzy waited till the 5th round and got Dwan Landry. And I'll never forget that when I kept saying, Oz, we need a safety, Oz, we need a safety. But he didn't find somebody at a good value, and he found Dwan, and Dwan started for us for 5 years. So.
Well, a key example, too, of just how valuable Ozzy is to this organization and your entire scouting staff. You have so much trust in them. What makes them so successful? I mean, Ozzy is the man when it comes to the draft. We've seen him pull out picks like that.
Yeah, well, it starts, number one, with him being a Hall of Fame player and understanding the true, really being able to evaluate film. Some people learn how to evaluate film. Ozzy knew it, and it's part of him. He knows good players when he sees them. And then Eric and Joe and George, they've been with him forever. So they it's like the husband and wife and that don't have to communicate to know what each other are thinking. And so that's why they know what they're looking for. They've gone through these hundreds and thousands of players over a dozen and a half years, and they're very comfortable in looking at the same traits that make good players.
With the draft being 2 weeks later than usual, do you like that? Do you like it being earlier? Just give you more time to talk to players?
Happy birthday, my lovely wife, today. That's why I'm not with her in Florida, because they moved the draft. So thank you, Roger, for that. So no, I don't like it. I wish we were ready 2 weeks ago. I wish we could still do it. And I heard that they're considering moving it even further into May, and I think that's probably just their way of saying stop asking to get it back into April. So we'll find out. But no, we were ready, and I wish it was already done. I think it's unfair to the coaches. I think it's unfair to the scouts, and I think it's unfair to the players that have to wait around 2 more weeks.
And I know Ozzy was saying it's cutting into his golfing time.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, he'll never catch me because he works too hard and doesn't pick up his clubs until after the draft. So this has definitely hurt him.
Well, we know you got a big night ahead of you, so we appreciate you coming in, taking a couple minutes with us.
Right.
And good luck tonight.
Thanks.
And hopefully everything works out well for you guys in the war room. Owner Steve Bisciotti, thanks so much.